Hello. Hi, Rishabh. Are you connected? Hello. Hi,
Yes.
Rishabh. Are you connected?
Yes. Can you hear me now? Hello. Can you hear me?
Hello. Hi, Rishabh. Are you connected?
Yes. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Hello. Hi, Rishabh. So we'll start it now. Yeah?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah. So we already have 10 viewers live as of now. So as soon as the others are receiving the new URL, they will be. Hi, Rishabh. So we'll start it now.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Yes, can you hear me? Yeah. So we already have 10 viewers live as of now. So yeah, so I'll just share my screen. And yeah, so hello everyone. Sorry for the technical difficulty. We are back again. So after resolving the issue, so as I was mentioning that we have here Rishabh today with us from Prodigy Finance, who is the country manager for India. And Rishabh will be able to take up your queries on this topic, which is finance your masters abroad collateral free. So today we are going to talk about the most crucial part of your study abroad journey, which is financing your masters, financing your education. Sorry for that. So when you're applying abroad, the most crucial thing that comes into the picture after you have received admit and everything is arranging finance. So most of the students, around 30% of the students, according to our stats, drop at this stage because they couldn't arrange their finance. So for arranging finance, students generally have three options in the broader category. One is education loan, the other are scholarships, which are rarely full funding, but yeah, there are full funding scholarships. But yeah, so people do take a combination of scholarship and an education loan as well. And the third category is self-fund. If they have savings or if their parents have saved some money for that, so that's another thing which people use to finance their education. So today we are going to talk about the education loan part, which is Prodigy is a big player globally for who help students in getting alumni loans. So we'll hear about it later when Rishabh comes on the call. So yeah, so overall, generally, just with the introduction, so as you all know about WeMakeScholars, WeMakeScholars is a one-stop shop for study abroad aspirants. We provide end-to-end guidance with trusted resources. So WeMakeScholars was started 2 years ago as a scholarships listing portal because that's where our founders faced the hardships as in finding scholarships when they were applying for their studies abroad. And as soon as we got a scholarship, we thought we should give back something to the society, and that's when we started the scholarships portal. But along our journey of 2 years, we have seen that not everybody can get a full scholarship, and students do require education loan assistance as well. So as in India, if I talk about the nationalized banks and the private banks, it's not very easy to get through the loan process. It does take a lot of time, patience, and students are not clear on what to go ahead with. So that's why we thought we should arrange this exclusive webinar wherein we can invite Prodigy Finance, who can sponsor your education, which is master's or MBA as of now in the scope of Prodigy Finance. So in the top schools in various top destinations, US, UK, Europe, and few schools in Canada, and all around the world. So I'll just hand it over to Rishabh, who will go through basic details of how Prodigy Finance works and what are the benefits, how students can be beneficial from it in financing your education. So passing it on to Rishabh, just a minute. So Rishabh, all on you.
Hi, Gamini.
Yeah. So Rishabh, we
Uh,
can hear you and we can see your slides as well.
Great. Thank you. Thank you for the generous introduction. Very happy to be here with WeMakeScholars. Think doing an amazing job helping students find the right scholarship for themselves. And we are here to support them and work together to help students find and financing options where they do not have to depend on collateral or co-signer and are able to study a program of their choice on their own merit. So, hello everyone. I am Rishabh Goyal. I'm the country manager for India. I look at a lot of things Asia and Africa. So, I'm very happy to be here. A bit about me. So, I did engineering like a lot of Indians from undergrad and worked in Mumbai for some time. Then went to London Business School for my master's in management. After which I got really interested in fintech. London is a big hotbed for fintech startups. One of them, of course, is Prodigy Finance. So Prodigy Finance is based out of London. We are a fintech company that supports international students from 150 countries to go to top schools all over the world. So I'm going to start basically talking about uh, why studies abroad and the various financing options for that, followed by one of them, of course, is Prodigy Finance, and that would be followed by uh, a few pointers on what is Prodigy Finance and how you could benefit from our offering. So, starting off, why study abroad? Chiefly three reasons. Um, could vary in like importance from person to person, but in general what we see is that a lot of people want to study abroad so that they can recruit and find a job in another country, preferably in the West. The second reason is to actually enhance the skill sets in the sense that go to really good universities, learn from the best, and be better at doing what you like, and also improving your ability to create creative value for your future employers, and the society in general. Thirdly, and also very, very importantly, is the international experience. Just the fact that you'll be going abroad for a year or two in a new environment with new people. Everything is new and everything is so international, so dynamic, so many different cultures, perspectives to learn from. That's also an eye opening experience. So, how should you think about which school and program to attend? So, it's more of a question of being self-aware and having that gut feel. So, when it comes to self-awareness, it's about knowing what your current skill sets are and understanding where you want to be professionally and personally in the future. With that self-awareness, you need to have a gut feel in the sense which school and program will provide you the additional skill sets, the additional personal growth, the additional intangibles that will help you achieve your professional and personal goals in the long run. So there is no hard science, uh, but we'll try our best from a financial perspective to speak about which school and program could be good for you. So, how do we look from a financial perspective? We're going to use a framework called cost benefit analysis. Like any big decision in life, trying to understand what is the cost and does the benefit outweigh the cost. So, these are generic figures, median figures. If you're going to study abroad in the US, but in general, your cost can be split into three. So number one is the fact that all the test prep, the applications, and everything all require small bits of money, which cumulatively can be quite a lot. And this is the money you spend without even any guarantee that you'll be receiving an admit from a school you actually want to go. Let's say you get that, you got an admit at the school you really want to go. Now you're thinking about, okay, I got an admit, I got to attend that school. What is the cost of attendance? And the cost of attendance would be the tuition fee and living expenses. Median figures are 55,000 for tuition fee and 10,000 for living expenses, but of course can vary greatly across schools and programs. So please find the right, please look at the right or the actual cost of attendance for yourself. And lastly is the opportunity cost. So because you're studying abroad for a year or two, you're actually not working, and that is a salary that you're foregoing, you're losing out on. So please include that cost as well. Now, those are the costs, and then you're looking at the benefits. So, what are the benefits? The first, most obvious, tangible benefit is you have an enhanced salary. Most of the students who graduate from a master's degree can go on over $100,000 per annum. What else? So, of course, money looks good, but in the long run, it's about a lot of things that help you achieve your personal and professional goals. And the key aspect of that is studying at a top school, a master's degree allows you to improve your skills, especially your skill set, and find the job that are able to add more value so that in the long run, you have greater career satisfaction, which for a lot of people can mean more than money. Also, you'll be living alone for 2 years away from friends, family, in a new foreign environment. You'll be forced to grow a lot as a person. In the long run, that means a lot. And lastly are the intangibles. So if you go to a top school, it's here on your resume. You have network to an alumni base, you have network to a knowledge base, network to faculty, resources, etc. That mean a lot. The other thing I wanted to touch about is location. Location is so important. Your cost of attendance can differ on that. So, for example, Germany, because not a lot of universities in Germany don't have tuition fees. They just have you just have to spend for a living. Um, in terms of like even the US itself, some places like California or New York can be very expensive to live compared to relatively the middle of America. Even when you look at life of campus, some campuses are very different from others. So, for example, if you go to London to study at, say, London Business School or London School of Economics, they're both in the center of the city, and the experience you have there or in Columbia is very different from, say, if you wanted to study at CMU, which is in Pittsburgh, which is a very small town, small city compared to New York. Not at all hustling, very relaxed, very calm. All you do is like hang out with your friends and study, compared to LBS or LSE, where there's so much happening around you in the city itself. The job market, of course, is very important because you're going abroad to study and get a job. So look at your job prospects. And lastly, very important from a emotional and mental perspective is that make sure you have friends and family around if possible. They can be an aid of great help uh, if the situation arises. Cool. So I'm going to talk about financing your study abroad. So many things. I'm going to first of all start with scholarships. And the reason is that scholarships is basically someone giving you free money. Free money because they believe what you're doing is great. You're going to add a lot of value by studying at a top place and doing well in life. So how do we find scholarships? Of course, WeMakeScholars is a great place to start. They are obviously doing a great job with the scholarship portal. But if you're going for a master's degree, a lot of schools might give scholarships alongside admit results. And these scholarships are determined by the school financial aid. So if you receive them, amazing. If not, you can also reach out to the financial aid office to ask for other potential scholarships you can apply for. And these scholarships can come from the government or bursaries, as well as philanthropy. So government like UK government, the US government, the Indian government, the French government, they all have scholarships for exciting international students. And philanthropic organizations, a lot of rich Indians like the Birlas, Tatas have their scholarships, apply for them. You might be eligible. Lastly is Prodigy Finance. We also have recently, actually just 2 days back, announced a scholarship program. So we're gonna be offering scholarships worth $100,000 to 10 students for 2017 intake. So yeah, scholarship sounds great. They effectively reduce cost of attendance, but as Damini mentioned earlier, there are basically three key challenges. Number one is strict eligibility criteria. Unfortunately, you're probably not eligible for a lot of scholarships out there in the world. Even if you are, because scholarships are basically free money, the applicant pool for a scholarship is just so high that not everybody gets a scholarship. And even if you do get a scholarship, there are very few scholarships that cover the 100% cost of attendance. And you would need a lot of times additional sources of funding to actually have enough money or enough financing to study a master's or MBA abroad. So what are the other sources? One of them are savings. So if you have been working for a few years, you had a side project, an online something, I don't know, if you have savings, great. But in general, it can be a challenge for fresh graduates. In that case, especially in India with our family structure, our parents, our family members are very, very happy to support us. They understand the value of quality education and what it means in the long run. But a lot of students want to look at other options as well, and then we are basically talking about an education loan. There are lots of loan providers out there in the world, and I'm basically split them or into two types. So one is a host lender, second is a domestic lender. And a host lender is, say, if you're going to the US, a host lender then would be a US bank, which would be lending a loan to you. And a US bank, for the US bank, they don't know anything about you because you don't have any financial history in the US. And but since they don't know anything about you, they will ask a local resident or a green card holder with financial history to co-sign the loan. So if you want to take a loan from a US bank, if you're going to the US, you need to know someone who is eligible to be a co-signer and is happy to be equally liable to pay back the loan. Can be daunting. Not everybody has a rich NRI, and even if they have, it's not the easiest conversation asking him to be liable on a large loan, right? So in that case, what people do is that they look at domestic lenders. A lot of Indian lenders provide loans, and typically they ask for collateral, maybe property, most likely property, to sanction an education loan. And understanding that not everybody has a cosigner, not everybody has a collateral, that's where Prodigy Finance came in. And we provide no collateral, no cosigner loans at competitive interest rates to international students attending top schools globally. Yeah, so Prodigy Finance at a glance. We are a pioneer in community-based student financing. So community-based in the sense that we get our money from community investors who understand the value of top quality education and the challenges that international students have. 2017 is the 10th anniversary of Prodigy Finance. We have a unique lending license in the sense that our contract is enforceable in 150 countries. And we have actually lent to 126 nationalities since 2008. Cumulatively, over 6,000 students, over $260 million, with 3 offices, London, Cape Town, New York, and we're looking to set up an Asia presence very soon. 100 plus employees, and we've just been growing very, very fast. In India, there's currently me and my colleague who are both managing India at the moment. Cool. So what is the Prodigy Finance difference? What is it that is unique about us and differentiates us? So it actually all stems down from a source of funding. The fact that we have a pool of community investors who, like I said earlier a couple of times, who believe in top quality education and understand the challenges of collateral co-signer and want to invest in a product that can help quality students attain a top quality education. That's where we get our funding from, and that's why we're able to do a lot of things that others can't. So why do these investors invest in us? Like, what is so unique about Prodigy Finance? And it's because we are a data driven company. uh, we actually have proprietary models to understand from a risk perspective what loan size and interest rate should be. Our loan size goes up to 80% cost of attendance, and it's determined by your expected income after graduating. Our interest rates go up to 8.5% over LIBOR, and we use 50 plus variables to figure out what the right interest rate should be for you. Our application process is 100% online. We are a fintech company, and we do a lot of things using data science and technology. The other thing that really differentiates us from a student perspective is our school relationships. So we have strong presence from schools. We actually get school data from the schools that help us model what the expected earnings would be and hence the loan size. We have a strong school presence in the sense also that we conduct and participate in a lot of school activities on campus. And also because of our school relationships, we have a very easy disbursement process and we take care of everything when it comes to disbursement. We're also very transparent. We will give you a provision offer. So you just go on our website, 30 minutes application, and then you know your loan terms, your loan size without any fee or documents. If you like your terms and size, then you can go ahead and accept it. And then we'll ask you for some basic financial documents, scanned copies. We also give you an APR. Sorry. Can you see my screen again? Great. So I'm just going to use this. So yeah, we also tell you an APR, which is basically annual percentage rate. Tells much more than just an interest rate. I will explain it later. The other thing also about us is that we do not have any prepayment penalties. So if you want to repay back the loan early, please do, no problem, and you save a huge amount of interest. Lastly, community is not just on the investor side, also on the student side. So we actually help you with getting jobs, getting recruited. We build your network so that in the long run, you find the right career opportunities for you. And we do a lot of events where you get to learn professionally and personally. Great. So what is a student journey with Prodigy Finance? So very simple, go online, complete a 30-minute application. You'll get a provision offer, review it, understand if you're okay. Every application is uniquely assessed, and that provision offer will tell you the loan size, interest rates, and APR. Accept it if you like it. If you like it and you get accepted, then we'll ask you provide the verification documents that basically verify the information you shared in the application earlier. Once you provide the verification documents, it's accepted. We will give you a confirmed letter, which is accepted by visa officers. And you can get a visa, you go to school, you arrive on campus, you'll sign an electronic loan agreement, and then the money is dispersed directly to the university. And all we ask you is study, study, study. 6 months after graduating, you're mandated to make a repayment, but if you want to repay early, feel free. Cool. I'm gonna ask. Actually, I'm gonna just address a few FAQs that we typically face very quickly, and then we'll do a Q&A. Great. So, how is the loan funded? Community of alumni, school endowments, family offices who understand what we are trying to achieve. It's also supplemented by impact investors. And what's the cool part is we actually work closely with Credit Suisse, and we have co-developed the world's first higher education note. It's the world's first financial instrument for investors to make an impact investment in higher education. So world's first financial instrument where you can actually invest to make a difference in higher education, master's or MBA. Are you eligible? There's no cosigner required, no collateral, no upfront fee or documents. However, you should be attending a school and programs that we support. That is the key criteria. You can find the list online or website. It's also there on the WeMakeScholars page. The other thing is, as a responsible lender, we need to understand you have enough funds to be actually supporting a cost of attendance. So Prodigy Finance loan plus other borrowings plus your savings or your family savings should be greater than the cost of attendance. Lastly, because we look at your expected earnings after graduating, if you already have some debt, we might reduce the loan size because we believe you would be, whatever you're earning after graduating from a master's or MBA, you will be paying off a part of your salary towards your existing debt. So that's also something in consideration. What is the application process? Very simple, 30 minutes. You start by selecting the school and program you're attending. Then we ask for you for personal residential information, for KYC, know your customer, and anti-money laundering norms, for budget and income so that we can understand the loan amount required. And lastly, we also look at your past debt and liquid assets so that we understand your current net debt to make a better offer. What is your rate? Our rates are up to 8.5% over LIBOR. And the reason why it's over LIBOR is because LIBOR is a dynamic rate. LIBOR is 1.01% at the moment. And the interest rate is determined by details in an application and data given to us by the school. Over 50 plus variables, lots and lots of things out there. However, we always recommend to use something called an APR to compare loan products because a loan has multiple costs involved. Interest rate is one of them. It could be the base rate. It could also be any hidden fees, any transaction fee, etc., any processing fee. So an APR will contain all of these costs into one single number. Use that to compare loan products, and Prodigy Finance will explain how they calculate their APR. What is the loan size? The loan size can go up to 80% of the cost of attendance, but it is actually determined by the credit committee. It is defined by what we expect you to earn after graduating. You can resize your loan in year 2 in the sense that if a lot of you guys get teaching assistantship, research assistantship, graduate assistantship, you get that, you get some salary, you get a stipend, and you actually save a lot of money, and you don't need your money in a loan from Prodigy for year 2. We are very happy to reduce our loan size in year 2. Please reach out to us, let us know how. Of course, there's no prepayment penalties. The loan tenure is for 10 years, starting 6 months after graduating. And yeah, to verify your loan, very simple documents: passport, proof of address, proof of residential address. Passport, proof of admission, residential address for KYC. If you have any salary, please mention that. Any savings, your own or family, mention bank statements of those. Scholarships, sponsorships, please mention, not just mention, provide scanned copies of or like a PDFs of the scholarships, sponsorship you've won. And finally, we ask for a credit report, basically because it's standard practice globally, and we ask for credit reports so that we can understand past debt. And the credit report is available online on Sibyl, and you typically get it within 24 hours. Yes, Prodigy Finance is a well-liked source for financial aid, funded hundreds of Indians, actually over 2,000 Indians and 126 nationalities, and the loan includes tuition and living expenses as well. So here's an example of a loan. Someone took a $40,000 loan from us, interest rate at 7.5% over 3-month LIBOR, and the APR came down to 9.36%. It included the US 3-month LIBOR, which is 1.01%, and admin fee at 2.5%. So the total amount payable was 72,350, and monthly EMI was 600 approximately. So how does Prodigy Finance calculate APR? So 7.5% is a Prodigy Finance rate of interest, and 8.51 is a simple rate of interest. 8.51 is a simple rate of interest. That is a rate of interest at which we calculate your monthly interest, not APR. APR is not how we calculate interest. It's a simple rate of interest using which we calculate your monthly interest. So your monthly interest is loan balance outstanding into simple rate by 12. So 7.5% is a Prodigy Finance rate of interest. Add the LIBOR becomes 8.51, simple rate of interest used to calculate your monthly interest rate, monthly interest, sorry. And because it is calculated on a monthly basis or compounding on a monthly basis, the effective annual rate becomes 8.85%. And when you add admin fee, it becomes 9.35%. Admin fee is 2.5%, charged only once, but when you spread it over 12 and a half years, the effective amount on an annual basis comes down to 0.5%. Cool. As I explained earlier, monthly interest is loan balance outstanding into simple rate by 12. At any point, you can choose to repay a loan early, maybe a big chunk or maybe the whole amount. But basically what it means is that every time you make a big early repayment, your loan balance outstanding reduces, and hence your subsequent monthly interest would also be lower, where you save a lot of money. So no prepayment penalties, interest is accrued only on loan outstanding, hence early repayments means less interest accrued, aka a lot of money saved. We also, as a global fintech company, we also have a lot of international repayment options. Uh, we have a dedicated repayment channel with Flywire, and it basically is a fintech company, peer-to-peer transfer service, 100% online, no bank documentation, a very easy, simple process to repay back your loan, and the rates are better than a bank. We grow through you. We are a community, so we connect schools, we connect students, and we connect investors to have a unique lending product. And the reason I would say why you should think about Prodigy is actually a lot of everything we do stems from community, which lies at the heart of everything that Prodigy Finance stands for. The community where investors invest in a product because they believe what we're doing is valuable, and we pass on that value through a student engagement as well. There is, of course, no collateral or cosigner involved. We have strong school relationships. Early repayments, absolutely fine, and we help a lot with careers. Lastly, just wanted to touch base that we are legally enforceable in 150 countries. Default rate is less than 1%. And the reason why, despite 6,000 plus students taking a loan from us, our default rate is going so well is because of the community support that Prodigy Finance provides. And the students believe the community believe in the value of the community support that we're providing. Cool. So I just would like to conclude my bit by saying that getting to university should not be the challenging part. I'll rephrase that. Getting to university should be the challenging part, not finding your study abroad. So thank you. If you have any questions, this is the time to ask. Damini, do we know how our viewers could ask questions? Hello? Can you hear me? I can't hear anything. Hello? I can't hear anything. Can you hear me? Yes, hi. So that is accurate. So Prodigy Finance supports only top 100 universities. So I'm not sure if this is the university you're looking to attend is one of those. But I would say that there are lots and lots of financing, scholarships, education loan options out there. Uh, Please research. I think WeMakeScholars has a great tool. So yeah, look at that.
So hi everyone. So we'll be stopping the broadcast now. So you can post your questions after session also on the YouTube video below the YouTube video as comments, and Rishabh will get back to you with the answers. Yeah. So thank you very much for attending. Yeah. Bye bye.